This little toy that a lot of you may be familiar with is what started Quarky's perverse quest. And when I first saw this toy, I thought, I wonder if that could be made large enough that a child could have a ride on it, either on its tail, because it moves so wondrously and it's so stable. Of course, once you start scaling up things like this, there's new trouble. Mary, can you get that level? I want to make sure it's plumb. Now hook it on there if you can. Is it plumb?
Why, it's better than plumb.
All right then. Let's see if she'll go. Could be better. I might have to adjust the fleetest strand. Well, it's not quite a gallon.
Well, what do you call it again?
I like to use metric whenever possible, but I don't have my calculator with me, so I call it short of a gallon. It's all about getting lubricant in the joint. There's a ball there. No, that's the socket. Here's the ball. No, that wasn't the ball. That's the ball. The screw. Screw goes in. A little bit of grease. Put the flattenstrator on. That's that deal. Alright, well, you need bottle caps for these sort of things. This one here is a quick experiment. I was trying to figure out a way to adjust the fulcrum, the load and the fulcrum to affect the angle of the dangle, as we like to call it in the business. And that was what that was about. Oh wait, is it still running?
Yeah.
Let me do one last thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Check this out. That's art. It has been up since Halloween. It was my first attempt at whatever the heck it is I was trying to do. I've since forgotten. And it is rotating on a canning lid jar on top of a 4x4 with an eye bolt coming out of a 2x6 under the man's chin, and I modeled that after my own body, including the lips. That's probably enough of that. This one won't go down. It's been covered in snow. It was in a tornado. It should have been rotted months ago, but that's irony. All right, this was one of several attempts I had at trying to create a viable playground device for children without them getting killed. I've since decided that there's no way to do that, so we're either going to be killing them or I'm going to be giving this up. If you close up on that, you can see what this is actually rotating on, which isn't the recommended way to use an eye bolt or a canning lid jar, but sometimes you just go with what you got laying around. The interesting thing to me about this one is that it actually did not require half the structure that's here. The back chains weren't needed, and 2 of the 2x4s weren't needed. And I added them because it looked too improbable without them, and it seemed to be upsetting to people. Oh, I know what I can do for that one. A demonstration of the leeway. Throw a little load on there. Why it hardly matters a bit. Of course, if the post was higher, it would matter even less. Let's see if it can handle it in there. Oh, no problema. Yeah, that one's been through a tornado too. It's pretty happy there. Oh, by the way, I got this through the Edmund Scientific Catalog, and in their description of it, this device functions because of the magnets in the tip of its wings, which of course is balderdash. It has nothing to do with that. I'm thinking about putting the bird on a more precarious perch. So, to that effect, I've made this wobbly structure with a joist hanger used improperly and put a pan lid on top of it that's not particularly level or stable. Now, we will spin that glass ball on there. Spins pretty nicely. And now, here's some, I can add this on that to add to the precariousness of the perch. Please try to keep my face out of this. Alright, I'm going to set this on top of the ball there. Improbable as it may seem. I hope the ball can't move around or something's going to go, but let's just see. Does it seem kind of stable yet? No. It lacks the fleetest strand. Must put that in there. Alright, stand back a sec. Let's see how we're doing. Seems like a fairly good bearing so far. The early Times bottles were selected specifically for their aerodynamic profile. The little screw top is my own invention therein, but feel free to use it. There's no patent. Okay, we're going to try to put the bird on a more precarious perch. We're starting with this loose ball on a wiggly pan. And now I apologize for dragging Barbie into this. She's on this swing. I'm going to add another bottle cap to the top of this bamboo stick that is actually loosely in this wiggly thing, but who cares? Now if I set this on there, oh no, I see that the ruler has become warped. Side to side, it's warped in two directions. This does not bode well. But, what the heck. Now let's see if she can handle going the opposite direction as the underlying stabilizing force. Okay, Barbie seems pretty happy with that. Maybe a little twirl while she twirls. Okay, I think Barbie's happy. Now comes the precarious perch. I have another one of those birds I got from the science catalog. I didn't break it open on purpose to get the magnet out. It just kept falling, and that just happened. And this bird is in deep trouble. He's not as stable as the real one, and the wind's coming up. But I thought instead of the base it came with, I would see if it would balance on a finishing nail head that I have up here. Too bad it's on an angle. Too bad about the wind. But let's just see. This is really asking a lot out of the poor bird. But it's a good toy. Let me see if I can touch that bird without... Yeah, there we go. Alright, bird. Alright, Barbie. Show them what you got. Oh! It's fallen off so many times. I should straighten the nail out, but now the ruler is getting warped. It was out here in heavy rain, and tropic forces are conspiring against it. Let's give her a little challenge. Oh, Barbie hit the post. God, I hope she didn't hurt her knee. The bird's hanging in there all right. Let's change directions and see what that does for him. Hang on there, bird. Hang on that. My wife forced me to put clothing on Barbie, for which I apologize. It's affected their aerodynamics negatively. Don't forget to get a shot of my beautiful dog's face in the background.